She was the little girl who sang about a place over the rainbow, capturing the hearts of millions. But behind that smile, Hollywood had stolen her childhood and broken her spirit. This is the tragic story of Judy Garland, the child star Hollywood created and then destroyed. Judy Garland, born Frances Ethel Gum in 1922, showed talent from the time she could walk. Singing with her sisters in vaudeville shows, her powerful voice stood out. At just 13, MGM Studios signed her to a contract. Only a few years later, she starred as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Her rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow became one of the most famous songs in cinema history. Overnight, Judy Garland was America's sweetheart, but fame at such a young age came with a heavy price. And it was a cost Judy would pay all her life. Behind the bright lights, Judy's childhood was stolen by the studio system. MGM executives controlled every detail of her life, her looks, her weight, even her sleep. To keep her slim, they forced her onto dangerous diets and gave her pills, stimulants to keep her awake during long filming days, and sleeping pills at night so she could rest. At just 16, she was already addicted to medications. The studios treated her less like a human being and more like a product to be sold. To the world, Judy looked like a happy teenager living her dream. In reality, she was trapped in a cycle of exhaustion, loneliness, and pressure no child should ever face. Despite the abuse, Judy delivered unforgettable performances. Films like Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944, Easter Parade, 1948, and A Star is Born, 1954, cemented her as one of the greatest performers of her generation. She could sing, dance, and act with a magic no one could copy. But as her career soared, her personal life crumbled. She suffered depression and crippling anxiety. Pills and alcohol became her escape. The public saw a glamorous star, but her closest friends saw a woman constantly battling her inner demons. By her 30s, Judy was struggling to keep jobs. She would often miss performances, sometimes collapsing from exhaustion. The girl who once symbolized hope and dreams was becoming a cautionary tale of Hollywood's cruelty. Judy Garland searched for love in all the wrong places. She married 5 times, but most of those marriages ended in heartbreak. She often fell for men who either used her fame or failed to support her during her darkest struggles. Her most famous child, Liza Minnelli, inherited her mother's talent and would later become a superstar herself. But even motherhood couldn't save Judy from her destructive spiral. Money troubles followed her everywhere. Despite earning millions at the peak of her career, she often found herself broke, cheated by managers, and drained by failed relationships. The girl who had once been the darling of Hollywood was now fighting simply to survive. By the 1960s, Judy Garland's life had become a series of comebacks and collapses. She declared bankruptcy, lost homes, and struggled to book performances. Yet whenever she sang, audiences were reminded of the incredible star she still was. Her voice, though fragile, carried the pain of her experiences and touched people even more deeply. In 1969, she married her 5th husband, Mickey Deans, a nightclub owner who tried to help her rebuild. But her health continued to decline. Years of drug and alcohol abuse had weakened her body, and her emotional battles never truly ended. Still, Judy never stopped performing. Even in her last days, she sang for small crowds, clinging to the stage, the only place she ever truly felt alive. On June 22, 1969, Judy Garland was found dead in her London home at just 47 years old. The official cause was an accidental overdose of barbiturates. For the world, it was the shocking end of a woman who had given so much joy, yet received so much pain in return. Fans mourned deeply, but many whispered the same haunting truth: Hollywood killed her. Judy's death symbolized the dark side of fame, how a child's dream can become a nightmare when the industry values profit over people. Even decades later, Judy Garland remains a legend. Her films, especially The Wizard of Oz, are immortal. But her story is also a warning of fame's dark side. Judy's life reminds us how Hollywood can lift someone up and break them just as quickly. Thank you for watching Charlie Vintage. Subscribe for more true stories of Hollywood's legends, where glamour and tragedy walked hand in hand.